Welcome into DRF Sportsbook Daily, the daily sports betting live stream brought to you by DRF Sportsbook. If you're in Iowa, check us out at ia.drf.com. Check us out on the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store. We're Iowa's local sportsbook, hitting you with daily boosts, promos, everything like that an Iowa bettor wants. Today we're breaking down 4 MLB games. We're in the middle of the MLB season. We're in the middle of the dog days of summer. These games are getting tough for the teams, but boy, are they getting fun for us, the bettor, to continue betting on and to continue making money. For all of the latest sports betting insights and betting trends, angles, everything like that to help you get an edge in your betting, you can visit us at drf.com/sports. And for all the latest line movements, odds, everything like that, you can visit us at ia.drf.com. And if you're not already, follow us on social media at DRF Sportsbook. We're on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all the above. We're DRF Sportsbook. Wherever you find social media, you'll find us. So with all that housekeeping out of the way, I do have to say right off the bat, we suffered a terrible loss yesterday. I don't know what I was thinking going Rockies over the Padres. Padres won last night against the Rockies 9-1. Juan Soto, Josh Bell walked, and then I think Drury or someone like that hit a grand slam, and it was all over from there on out for the Rockies. Not at all. I don't know why, folks. I don't know why I picked the Rockies to win, but alas, we did. We have a couple winners today. Fingers crossed. We're hoping 1-2 last night. Not the best. One of those bets still open today. Game 1 between the Cubs and Cardinals is in just a few hours. We're going to be breaking down Game 2, which first pitch I believe is 7:45 p.m. Eastern. Probably contingent a little bit on that first game. But we'll be breaking down Game 2. So we have 2 bets open for Cubs, Cardinals. We're going to be breaking down Braves, Mets, a nice East Coast showdown. We're going to be breaking down White Sox, Rangers to wrap up our MLB best bets. And if you head to our free game of the day tab on drf.com/sports, you'll see the Rays Tigers there. It's the nationally televised game for tonight on FS1. So let's start things off. Cubs, Cardinals, Game 2 set for 7:45 p.m. Eastern, as I'm pulling up some of the stats here. Game 1 rained out, postponed to today, so that is first pitch 1:10 p.m. Eastern between the Cubs and the Cardinals. Game 2 a little bit later. It's a little difficult to fully break down this game when we don't know what's happened in Game 2 of the series, but alas, we'll power on, we'll try. The Cubs are starting Drew Smyly. The Cardinals are starting newly acquired Jose Quintana. They acquired him at the deadline from the Pirates. Also worth noting, in Game 1, they were going to start Justin Steele yesterday, but now that it's been postponed, Marcus Stroman is looking like he's going to get the start for the Cubs in Game 1 in just a few hours. So that's worth noting. But in Game 2, Drew Smyly's getting the start for the Cubs. Jose Quintana for the Cardinals. You know, St. Louis won Game 1 of this one in pretty dominant fashion. They were 6-0. They won 6-0 Game 1. They're now 5-4 on the season against the Cubs. In St. Louis, they're a little bit more neck and neck, but St. Louis has the edge over the Cubs by just one game, looking to extend that by 2 more games here today. I'm also on the Cardinals in Game 1 despite the Cubs pitching change. I'm also on the Cardinals here tonight at -150. I think the Cardinals are the far better team. They score more runs. They allow less runs. They have more pop in their bat. They get on base more, and they hit the ball for average a lot more consistently than the Cubs. It is worth noting both of these pitchers, Drew Smyly and Jose Quintana, both are lefties. The Cubs are 11-18 this season against lefties. The Cardinals are 11-9, just 2 games above 500 on the season against left-handed pitchers. Both 11 wins, but the difference is the Cardinals have the winning record. They also both hit worse against left-handed pitchers. Both of their batting averages, the team is lower than their season average by a solid amount. So they do struggle against left-handed pitchers, but I think that's all but a wash when you have 2 left-handed pitchers. If you look at our game simulator as well, Our game simulator likes the Cardinals to win this one 5-3 against the Cubs. And that's my pick. St. Louis minus 150. They've beat up on bad teams all season, 20-8 straight up against bad teams, teams with a losing record, teams with a record between 38% and 46% win percentage. So give me the Cardinals in this one. I think they win both games today. I think they win the first 3 games of the series, and I think we cash in a little bit of solid stuff between 2 games today. First pitch on game 1 is in just a few hours. Game 2 is going to be Braves-Mets. The Mets come into this one with 66 wins. The Braves come into this one with 63 wins. And these teams, the records are very similar. Their runs scored per game are very similar. Their runs allowed per game are very similar. These teams are almost carbon copies of each other. The only difference is the Braves slug it a little bit better than the Mets. I'm going to chalk that up to, though, the Citi Field's one of the hardest stadiums to hit a home run in. They're in the bottom third of the league in terms of home runs hit so far this season with just 94 hit, where Truist Field, where the Braves play, is a top 5 stadium for home runs to be hit so far this season. And I think that accounts for about the 60 home run discrepancy between these 2 teams. Citi Field, that is where this game's being played tonight, so I think that negates a little bit of that slugging power that the Braves bring to the field. Kyle Wright's going to be getting the start for Atlanta, and an absolute lights-out pitcher. He's 13-4 this season with a 2.93 ERA. Absolute fire stuff. But he's going up against Carlos Carrasco, who also 11-4 with a 3.71 ERA. His ERA, though, over his last 3 games is 0. He's not allowed an earned run over his last 3 games. He struck out 14, and he's only allowed 15 hits over his last 3 starts. So really, really, really strong stuff from Carlos Carrasco as of late. And both of these teams come into this game really hot as of late. The Mets are 6-1 over their last 7. The Braves are 5-2 over their last 7. So really, if you just hit Command C, on a Mac, Command C, Control C, Command V, Control V, whichever, if you're Mac or PC, I don't judge. These 2 teams are essentially the same. And because they're so similar, maybe it has a little bit of home field advantage for the Mets tonight, and that's why they're minus 115. I don't doubt the odds makers on that. I don't second guess them. I'm going Braves at plus 105 because I have more faith in Kyle Wright, the pitcher for the Braves. And in games like this, it normally comes down to the pitcher, and I'm going to side with the pitcher who's been better for the entire season. Carlos Carrasco has been absolutely lights out over his last 3 games, but I just think there's more value on the Braves at plus 105. Our power line makes this Mets team minus 105. So if you're on the Mets, I don't blame you, but I just think you can get a little bit of value in the Braves. They're really solid of a team, 63-42. They're trying to chase down the Mets, so this is a really important series as well. And our game simulator likes this one to be about 4-4, so no real edge. The Mets, though, do have the advantage so far this season, 4-3 straight up against the Braves this season. But in New York, they're 2-2 against each other. And in New York, over the last 3 seasons, Atlanta has the edge, 27-21 against the Mets when they play at Citi Field. So the Braves know how to win in Queens. And so give me the Braves at plus 105. I think that's a solid bet with a little bit of value. Maybe I'm value hunting there a little bit too much, but I'm not upset about that pick. Moving on from there, we're going White Sox, Rangers, and let me tell you, folks, I hate the White Sox. They make me look stupid each time I pick them, or I don't pick them, or whatever it is. I went with the White Sox to beat the Royals in Game 1 of the series, and what happened? They lost. And so I did a little bit of digging. Are these White Sox good in Game 1s of series? Over their last 4 series, they've only won the opening game of a series once, and that was against the Oakland Athletics in a 2-game set, and they went 1-1 in those 2 games. Other than that, they've lost their other 3 series, and so the White Sox, I think, struggle in Game 1s, but they have the much better starting pitcher going tonight in Johnny Cueto, and you might be seeing that bottom ticker and going, who's Cole Raggins? I had to look him up. I had to do a deep dive on this kid because according to ESPN, he's still in the minors. About 16 hours ago, or when all the stories started surfacing, is that he got called up from AAA Rough Riders, I think the AAA affiliate of the Rangers are. He started this season in AA in Frisco, got up to AAA. In the minors this season, he's pitched a 3.08 ERA over 96 innings, and he struck out 113 batters. But this will be his first ever MLB start. He's had a journey to get here. 2017, I believe, was when he was drafted. And then 2018, 2019, he had 2 Tommy John surgeries. And then 2020 was a rough time for him. I think his ERA was over 5, was not looking good. But then eventually calmed things. He has a whole story. I urge you guys to read it. But with that being said, I think Johnny Cueto and the White Sox win this game at, minus 125, because I think the White Sox can beat up on a minor league pitcher. But, I really don't know. Texas is coming off of a sweep against the Orioles. Well, I should say they just got swept by the Orioles. Meanwhile, Chicago went 2-1 against the Royals. And that one loss was the one I picked them to win. So really great stuff for me. But even though, despite the struggles in game ones of series, I'm going White Sox in this one, minus 125. I'm feeling good about it. Mainly because Cole Raggins, great story. Urge you guys to read up on him. Fantastic stuff. But I just don't have huge faith in a minor league pitcher who 48 hours ago was the ace on AAA Rough Riders. So give me Johnny Cueto. Give me the White Sox. And I'll ride them again. They're 2 games above 500. They're 4-2 over their last 6. Maybe they're starting to put things together. Maybe they're making a second half push. I don't know. I don't have faith in them. Whatever. So quick recap of those games. We're going St. Louis minus 150 in game 2. We're also on St. Louis in game 1 of that doubleheader today. You can check out yesterday's DRF Daily for the full breakdown of that. We're going Braves to beat the Mets at Citi Field. And we're going the White Sox to take down the Rangers in game 1 of that series in Texas. So that's it for our MLB Best Bets. If you're not already, follow along with everything that's happening at DRF Sportsbook. And if you're in Iowa, we urge you guys, check us out, ia.drf.com. Or you can download the DRF Sportsbook app on the Apple App Store, Google Play Store. Check us out. See if you like us. Make a couple bets. Check out our boosts, our DRF specials, everything like that. I think you guys will enjoy it. We're Iowa's only local sportsbook.